Hola, compadre. We have quite a big Wizard's Hollow today, and by that I mean it's the same as usual, but this time we have a dragon that I know a few people have been waiting for, basically with bated breath. So this is, of course, the Grace Karma Wizard's Hollow. And now, Grace Karma is, of course, a Karma, which means that they have the basic Karma skill where they can potentially block attacks. There's a low chance of it happening, but she also has pure primary, and a lot of players like having this pure primary element. She has a different set of elements that you might need for a team. But, you know, overall, I think most of the Karmas are quite similar in what they do because they are just Karmas. It's just a lot of players are, in particular, looking for Grace Karma. I think it's mainly the thighs that do it, to be honest. That's my opinion. But we do have this dragon here. So, as always with Wizard's Hollow, it is just going to be regular old Wizard's Hollow where you can't really dictate what you're going to get from these drops. It is random. If a wizard comes up, it's just the way that it is. It's just RNG. The other good thing about this one is that we do have black voodoo chests, however. And it's only for every 6 golds. And inside these, you could potentially get your hands on high voodoo. You could get corrupted chaos and corrupted legend. Like, those would be absolutely insane drops. Because just to put it in perspective, I spent what, 600 gems just to get enough warps to be able to summon corrupted legend. So they are very expensive dragons to get otherwise. So you could get any of the corrupteds, vampires, titans, random heroics, of course. But the thing to be very aware of with black voodoo chests is the fact that most of the rewards you're going to end up getting are going to be these ones here. So gems times 20, food, heroic jokers times 10, legendary jokers times 20. So this chest can be absolutely nuts if you get lucky, but mostly you'll expect to see these right at the bottom, which aren't too, and they're not too interesting. But I guess that is the reason why it is a 6 chest rather than costing like 50 gems, or, I mean, not 50, costing like 15 or something. And there we go, we run into a wizard instantly. I'm going to actually use a special skip because we do have the skip option. The only thing is the next time we hit a wizard, it will actually cost us 10 gems. So we're not actually going to get times 5 for the next time we run into this, but it does mean times 5 less gems spent for the first I guess, revive. So there we go, we are back, we are revived without spending any gems, which is wonderful. But again, we're only in the first 5 rooms of this, and so far we've not really gotten any of the drops that we're looking for. Can we get any golds? No, we're gonna get more blues. I mean, honestly, I really need tokens because I'm desperately running out of room very quickly. But oh, I didn't even realize the golds were on room 4, not room 5. But anyway, if you're wondering how many gems I would recommend spending on a Wizard's Hollow like this for a dragon such as Grace Karma, it's going to be similar to what I've said before. Completely depends. Ugh, this is not a good look. I'm going to spend just 10. If we don't get anything else of value or any gems, I'm going to quit out after this. But it does really depend on how many gems you already have and how many gems you need to spend at the moment for certain events or anything like that. So for instance, if you have 2,000 gems and you don't actively need the gems for something in particular right now, then you could just, you know, spend a few hundred gems, maybe up to like 500 gems to get this dragon, because I mean, it is a Karma. But if you're someone that's like me, you're a free-to-play player, you've got like 460 gems, we've got a heroic race on right now, we've got other things that you might need to spend. Usually around about the 300-ish mark is where I'd start to, you know, really start questioning your spending. But usually if it is a dragon like this, and you want to at least give it a go, I'd say like reviving once or twice might give you at least a couple of attempts to see if a run like goes quite far. And so if you get to like room 30 and you haven't revived yet, that's when I'd seriously consider potentially spending some gems to try and get the dragon. But in a situation like this, when we are so early on in the run, we've already run into 3 of these wizards, I'm just not going to continue on with this run. Instead, what we'll do is we will try again tomorrow. And that is unfortunately how it is with Wizard's Hollow. Other times you've seen probably that I've gone quite far free to play without having to, you know, gem because I haven't had to revive. But then other times you will just get screwed over 3 times in a row like this one on the holo that you'd really like to win. So it's just completely RNG. There's nothing you can do about it apart from just hope and pray that you get lucky. But again, I'd say about 300-ish gems is probably fine for this dragon. The reason I don't really want to suggest going higher than that is because we will have things like Black Friday, and there is no guarantee, but you could end up seeing dragons like Grace Karma go on sale for quite a low amount of gems when we get things like Black Friday. So it's like, why would you waste more gems on that, than that in the Wizard's Holo if you could just save the gems and then get a better deal during Black Friday, for instance? Maybe we won't get a better deal during Black Friday, but considering it's not actually that far away now, you know, I don't recommend just spending your gems like crazy because there's possibility of better value for the same dragon. Now, one good thing, however, about us having this Wizard's Holo is that for the people that do get lucky, we now will have the total value on Grace Karma orbs probably going down a little bit for trading, and so you'll probably see more orbs floating around for Grace Karma as well, which is, oh really, more electric daggers? Oh dear. Oh, these globe chests, man. I've just gotten completely distracted. If you're wondering why I'm so upset by this, I mean, look at my item count at this point. We are literally sitting at 13 daggers. Now, if I don't get any more electric daggers this entire time when we're getting globe chests, I won't complain, because if there's any possibility of us finishing this collection and we get there, that would be great. I doubt it, but just in case. If we want to finish off this collection, we want to finish off this one, we already have way more than enough electric daggers. I've doubled the amount of daggers that we need for the Titan chest, for instance. Like, the game's, I think, just messing with me. I mean, it's not too bad because we do need the daggers for the Heroic Orbs chest as well, so that's fine. But we are starting to slack on the fire axes, so I think we've got enough daggers for now, game. I've seen someone with tons of these locks as well, and like they're pretty much useless outside of the big collection, so I feel sorry for those players as well. But, you know, while we are talking about that collection very quick, I do just want to mention that I will talk about this tomorrow, but we will have a maze event coming up tomorrow, and we will have globe chests available in the maze event for the basic path. There are also globe chests and decade chests available, but the time where the decade chests are available is in the 2 big legendary paths, and unfortunately it's right at the end for like 7,500 currency and like 6,000 currency in the other one, and it's right at the end of this path. But we're going to be having the duo discharge event items on the main path, the keys path. So unfortunately I think we're going to miss out on the decade chest coming out of the maze event this time around, but we will get like the globes as we go through. So we will be getting more event items tomorrow from the maze event, so no need to worry about that. We still should be able to get that Titan egg chest, assuming we don't get super unlucky, but I don't know where you're at. Maybe you're getting screwed over with your items as well. But we'll see what we get by the end of the maze event that's coming tomorrow. So bear that in mind if you are still going for the Broken Grounds collection. Still 6 days actually still left on this event. We will have this being finished as well tomorrow because I need to watch the ads for today, and then tomorrow we will get one of these dragons out of this chest. But if you're opening up this gold chest today, I hope you get what you want. You know, if you get an insane drop like Corrupted Flame, then GG. If not, try again next month, I guess. But the other thing I did want to point out is that we do have a decade chest available in ads again today. So it is at ad number 45. So make sure that you are watching your ads on time so that you can get 45 ads watched. And then you can get free food, free legendary jokers, free heroic jokers, and free orbs of a new dragon. So that is great. So we'll get to watching those ads in a memento. But the only other thing that we've really got going on at the moment is, of course, Heroic Race, and I'm currently on the lap that has a double reward on it. Chances are we will not get the double rewards from this, even though the double rewards on lap 14 are actually pretty good, because it's 25 orbs of any random heroic, which could be a bad heroic, but if you manage to get the ×2 on that, well, that's times 50 orbs of a random heroic. And imagine if it was for, like, I don't know, a heroic you're working on, like say if I got them for high scale because we want to take high scale to E5, then that would be 350 orbs for high scale, which would be great. Unlikely that could happen. But we would have to finish off all of these annoying quests in that time frame, and as you can imagine, hatching eggs is not the funnest thing in the world to have to do, but, you know, I'm going to grind out this hatching soon. We're going to get through this lap, hopefully get to lap 15 very soon, so that then we can just basically ignore this event for the most part. Well, I say lap 15, I mean actually lap 16, but then after that, I'm just not going to worry too much about this heroic race, and we will be done. And most of the other players here just aren't very active anyway, so, you know, I'm not really too fussed about this. And then we'll just need to do the heroic combat quest and the extra quest, and then that is going to be that. So the only other thing that we've got going on at the moment is Masters. Of course, in Masters 2, we have Sea Ban. In Masters 3, I believe it is Dark Ban. So we're going to have our Sinful Band, but that's okay, because we've got other dragons that aren't Shadow users, and like, look, we've got these enemies here that we can take on. I think our other dragons are still out for the count at the moment, so that's fine. We can just get rank ups on a random dragon like Deity and Bisexual Boy. So I do love these freebie teams when you're going through arenas, because of course some players desperately want to D-rank. And so I love these players. Whenever you want to D-rank, or you don't necessarily want to hit a big level in like Masters 3, you can just put in low-level dragons and you'll get beaten down a little bit, but it's also going to make your arena fights easier. But of course, we also have to take into account when the arena chest is coming up, so we will have to worry about that as well. But free insignia, free rose, why not? Let's keep grinding these out. But now I'm probably only going to run into level 70s even if I refresh, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer for my other dragons to come up. Then we can go and beat some ass in Masters 2 again. But, you know, these new season reward things and the way they come up, it's a bit weird, but I guess it's not too bad. It's just a different way compared to before. But that is most of the new stuff. I don't believe that there is an Empower or Summoning Happier or anything like that happening today, so no need to panic about that too much. Phoenix will be done soon. And I just started summoning Metamorphosis because we're going to get orbs from him for the arena, so then we can get a free Empower on him. And I mean, he is a mythical, and getting mythicals empowered is always nice, so I will take that, and then we can use him in certain arenas if we want to, if he ever gets E5, that is. But, you know, it is just your regular old DC heroic event grinding and just that Wizard's Hollow mainly to worry about at the moment, so I do wish you the very best of luck with 1, getting nice opponents, and 2, not getting your ass handed to you in Wizard's Hollow. But don't go too crazy with the gem spending, you know, it's still a karma at the end of the day, but you know, karmas aren't going to be the thing alone that makes your team really good. You know, you can still make a good team without karma, so don't go spending a few thousand gems for no reason. You really don't need to.